On this episode, the CEO of Dash Core Group discusses fractional masternodes, an update on the German education initiative, and the latest activity from Dash Brazil. This is Dash Decentral.
Featuring Dash news and opinion from around the globe, this is Dash Decentral. Now here's your host, Brian Davis.
Hello and welcome to episode number 3 of Dash Decentral. I am Brian, your host. If you are a returnee, thank you very much for coming back to see us. If you're new to the show, this program is a magazine-style show featuring news, information, and updates from the worldwide Dash community. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you'll hit the subscribe button if you like what you see later on. We're going to jump right into it with our first segment coming to us from our correspondent Rod, who gives us the latest about what's going on with Dash Brazil.
Hi everybody, Rod here from Dash Digital Cash Brazil, reporting for Dash Decentral. I got the name right this time. But I want to give you a quick recap of what's happening the past few weeks here in Brazil, and of course with our channel Dash Digital Cash Brazil. One of the biggest things coming up in November, it's the 7th edition of BitConf Brazil, which is the largest Bitcoin conference that happens. It's going to be happening in north of Brazil, 16 and 17 of November in Fortaleza, Ceará. There is actually a lot of speakers that will be talking about crypto, including some international speakers. So half of the conference will be in English with the translation peripheral ready for everybody. Maybe someone from the international community, from the Dash community, would like to participate as well. And of course, some top names. And I was already invited to speak at this conference as well to talk about Dash Digital Cash and the mass adoption that's happening in Venezuela. That's going to be the topic of my conversation. Something else as well that I want to mention about a few videos as well that I made it in English. So if anybody wants to check it out, I do have a video in the channel. If you go to playlist, everybody, you'll be able to see a playlist called Dash Digital Cash Brazil Interviews in English, which is also the second playlist on the front of the channel here. So here you'll find all the interviews that I've done in English, so you have an idea what's happening as well in our channel, and a few videos that I'd like to highlight for you that happened the past few weeks. One of the members and partners of my channel, Ezequiel Gomes, is actually the official translator for Dash.org in Portuguese. He did an interview with Zach Chea, the CEO of PundiX as well, something really cool to take a look. And something that I want to mention to the Dash community is PundiX is actually really cool. They're actually going to be having an event in Brazil. I think in March. They already actually wanted me to be one of the speakers at the event. They have their little POS device that costs about $250. Maybe they're going to be implementing Dash very soon as well. But something that I want to let the community know, that Rod and the Dash Digital Cash Brazil community next month is coming up with a huge surprise regarding the POS system that's gonna blow everybody's mind. So stay tuned. It's a project I've been working for the past 3 months, and it's happening, baby. So stay tuned for that. Also, another interview that I want to mention is with Thiago. He was someone that watched my channel and created a masternode monitor tool, and he ended up being hired by Node 40, the website Node 40, the masternode host server website, which he's creating a really cool tool. So there's also an interview with him here in English. This past month as well, I ended up interviewing one person. He's a candidate for to work on this next election in Brazil. Brazil is going through an election. He's gonna be defending cryptocurrency in the House of Representatives. So he's gonna be up for election. Let me just try to skip this commercial here. Which means actually there is a huge talk about cryptocurrency as well on a Senate level and in the House of Representatives. There's also the candidate that's running for president for his political party is a big supporter of Bitcoin, even though they're from a very small political party. I don't think the president that represent his political party will get elected, but maybe he will get elected. I did interview him before. He's a very famous YouTuber in Brazil. He's a computer scientist and a mathematician who had a great explanation about Bitcoin, and we talk about cryptocurrency and Dash a while back, and now he's running in a seat for the House of Representatives. So this was actually a very cool interview. The interview is in Portuguese, but I'll give you a highlight of that. And if you missed a couple interviews that we had as well about the Dash ATM provided by CoinLogic, there's an interview here as well while we have the Dash developer, the wallet developer Samuel Barbosa doing the test, and we also have a quick demo here as well. And also we have another interview in English with João. He is the head of marketing and business development for PuniX in Latin America. So there's also another interview here for him. One more time, everybody, please do not forget to keep sharing the documentary about Venezuela and the cryptocurrency revolution that I do have here, the English version. This being actually a pretty big success among the Dash community and other communities, showing exactly how the mass adoption is happening in Venezuela, and Dash is the #1 cryptocurrency over there. So please keep sharing this video. Again, all of this is linked on the Dash Digital Cash interviews in English on the front page of the Dash Brazil website on YouTube. And just to let you know as well, we have 3 new exchanges in Brazil accepting Dash. Cointrade.cx. This exchange, I was actually in their event, so I have about 12 interviews. I think 3 in English that's gonna be coming up soon. They're actually a brand new exchange. A lot of big investors put a lot of money on this, so this is something coming up, and they do accept Dash. We also have a bitblue.com. It's a brand new exchange. They're about 4 months old, also accepting Dash. I interview the CEO this week as well in Portuguese. This is gonna be up very soon, the interview. I'll see if I can get one interview with them in English. And we also have another exchange called realexchange.com.br, also another brand new exchange accepting Dash Digital Cash in Brazil, among the other 5 or 6 that already broadcast here in our channel. Once again, everybody, thank you very much for participating and watching our little update on what's happening here in Brazil, in South America. Rod again, reporting for Dash Decentral. I'll see you next month. Bye for now.
Thank you very much, Rod. There is definitely lots keeping the team at Dash Brazil busy, and we appreciate your update. Up next, another community that is working very hard to spread the word. Dash Embassy Doc has just recently updated its educational program as it tries to get information about crypto and Dash in particular into the hands and minds of young people in German-speaking regions. Here's the latest from Dash Germany.
Hi community, welcome, greetings from Berlin, Germany. Again, it's me, Benjamin Bode. I'm initiator of a different education initiative for Germany, Switzerland and Austria. And I provide you with an update because we had to change our name, which was a good process. Just to keep it short, maybe remember we had a video before, we needed to put that away, and now we are back, and I like to tell you what happened in the meantime and provide you with an update for the months of September and what's going on in October. So let's go on. Right, let's go on. Our new name, it is Initiative Decentrale Bildung, or short IDEN, which is in English Initiative Decentralized Education. You can find us under 2 domains, the German one and also the English one, decentralized-education.org. The other things did not change, which means IDEN is still what it's supposed to. It's a platform for teachers in Austria, Germany and Switzerland. It brings together crypto economies, schools and third parties, and we want to bring knowledge into schools about cryptocurrencies and blockchain. Our first step is contact with all three groups, economy, schools, and the education politics. And in October, we are holding a little meetup with teachers in Berlin. We are starting contact, which means mailing and writing letters to the education politics here in Germany. And I'm going, which I'm very glad for, I'm going to attend a meetup, East-West conference in Frankfurt, where a lot of big players from the crypto economy are participating, as you can see here, 22nd to 23rd in Frankfurt, and I'm really hopeful to make good contacts for Aiden to grow. And finally, I'd like to introduce our new website to you because it is in German. Welcome to this short introduction to our Aiden website. It's a very sleek and clean website, we think. And on the right, for sure, you find a Dash logo, which directs you, if you click on it, to the Dash Embassy website, where you're explained everything about crypto and what Dash is. On the right side, you find a calendar. We promote here all the upcoming Dash roadshows in the next week and months, but not only, we also provide information, for example, about a nice exhibition about Bitcoin art in Paris, and we think that's also very nice and decent information. Further on, you find links to subpages for teachers and schools, the crypto economy, and universities. Further text, because we have to explain a lot of stuff. A nice TED Talk from Don Tapscott about blockchain and cryptocurrencies, which I really like. And finally, a survey for teachers, because we want to know more about what they think. For example, do they hold crypto assets? Do they think they are interested in events on blockchain, decentralization, and education? And finally, just have a look into our network, and for sure you find Jan-Heinrich Meyer here, where he's explaining what he's doing. And last but not least, for sure, if you click further information again, you will be directed to the Dash Embassy website. I hope you liked the short introduction. Thank you.
Thank you very much to the team there in Germany. As the saying goes, get them while they're young. Before we go any further, just a quick invitation to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Once you have subscribed, make sure you hit the bell to be notified every time a new episode is uploaded. We'd love to have you join us. Our final segment on this episode is something a little different than what we've been doing in the past. Recently, our friends over at the Crypto Show held a live question and answer episode with Dash Core Group CEO Ryan Taylor and Chief Technical Officer Bob Carroll. There was a lot of great information shared in that episode, and I've put a link in the description below if you'd like to watch the entire thing. But the very last question of the show caught my attention, and I wanted to share it with you today. A member of the audience asked Ryan Taylor his thoughts about Swarm and the potential for fractional masternode ownership. As a newcomer to Dash, I found Ryan's answer very informative, and this is what he had to say.
I think that this type of solution is inevitable, right? There's a lot of people who want to own a share of a masternode. And I think Swarm is only one example of what you're going to see on that front that will give people that access. There's another, I think Neptune Dash is also beginning to form masternode shares as part of a service that they're providing. So I don't know the details of, whether or not they're fully compliant from like having the right licensing or whether or not the technical solution keeps user funds secure. And so I can't speak to them from that standpoint, but from the standpoint of whether or not they do good or harm to the ecosystem, I think they're probably net a good thing to have developed. in the end, there is demand for this, and I know that we're not going to be able to get to it for quite some time to be able to build it in at the protocol layer, simply because we have a lot of opportunities that are a lot more valuable than that, that we have to deliver on in the meantime. Evolution obviously being the main example of that. And so I think we're going to stay focused there. And if these types of services can, in a safe manner, provide people with the ability to, participate in the masternode network, I think that's probably net a healthy thing. I don't know enough about how votes and things like that will be aggregated from the individual user shares, or how much integrity there is there, but I think it'll give a lot of people access that probably have felt a little shut out up till this point. And we don't have the desire to change the collateral requirement either. That question comes up in parallel a lot. And the reason is because if we were to decrease it to, say, 100 dash, we would
Sorry,
end up
Ryan,
with,
which is 1,000 dash for those who don't know. Sorry,
yeah,
go on.
the collateral today is 1,000 dash, and that yields a network of a little less than 5,000 masternodes. If we were to decrease that to 100, the economics would tell you that we'd end up with roughly 50,000 masternodes, and that would actually slow down the propagation of blocks. It would create lower transaction throughput and a lot of complicated things that we don't want to see happen. And so, we don't have the intention of changing that threshold. So these types of services can enable people to participate at that level with much less collateral available.
Great answer by Ryan. And again, the link to the entire question and answer episode of the Crypto Show is located in the description below. Well, that about does it for this episode of Dash Decentral. Thanks for joining us. We would love to hear from more members of the Dash community. Just put together a 3 to 5 minute video on any Dash-related subject, even if it's just you talking into your cell phone camera. We'd love to hear from you, and maybe we'll see you on a future episode of the show. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you soon on another episode of Dash Decentral. Cheers.